Hey everybody, Vicki Fitch here, your direct sales expert. I am coming to you live from sunny Southern California with some crazy information. And yes, I notified that I accidentally put PM, that this was at 11:30 PM instead of AM. So some of you are probably watching the replay instead of being here live because you're not getting a notification. I went in to try and change it, but then Facebook says I have to give them at least 10 minutes notice, and I couldn't do that today because I have somewhere to go. Many of you guys know today is my son Zach's birthday. He's 24. Like, I don't know where the time went. I'm not sure how it happened, but my kid is actually 24 years old. So anyway, we're going to talk about, is this a masquerade? If you're new to the broadcast, please definitely drop your name in the links below. If you are a regular, one of my Perry Peeps, my Facebook fans, we are live streaming on 7 different platforms here. And I'm so excited that you guys are here. I apologize that, again, that I goofed that up. And now that I don't have Periscope open, because Periscope is a different app. If you guys haven't been on Periscope, like been back in the day from all of our Periscope users, it was, we have a great following there. It just requires some, a little bit more finesse. We have to nurture that audience in a little bit different way. So anyway, because you guys know how you are, you're temperamental. If I'm not talking to you even during the broadcast, then you guys, you might bounce off, and I don't want you to bounce off. I want you to stay here and chat. All right. So by the way, so hit the share button if you have not already. Again, welcome to the broadcast. If you're one of my Facebook fans, my Perry Peeps, or any of the platforms we're on, drop your name in the chat box. And Melanie says, yes, Periscope needs attention. They do. And I love my Periscope, my Perry Peeps, but they do need a little attention. Otherwise they jump and they'll teleport to another broadcast. Matthew Vick is in the house. He says no mask. I absolutely hear you. On Monday, I believe it was, we did the broadcast on to mask or not to mask. And you guys were, very clear about what your feelings were. And they're very similar to mine. I believe that there's some difficulties there. Hey, welcome to the broadcast. There's a lot of stuff we've got going on here. A lot of there are politics at play. I mean, you can pretend that they're not, but there are politics at play, and we have to work through them. But this totally shocked me. I don't know why it shocked me, because we've heard things before. Wearing masks outside when you're by yourself is absolutely 100% absurd. But then now we're identifying that we need to wear masks indoors, and that even if we're alone, they want us to wear masks on Zoom meetings. Okay. Now this, granted, this is a specific area that's done this, but you know as well as I do, every time one place does it, another place is following suit, and then another and another and another. And can I just get a 1 in the chat box if you see even the slightest hint of control here? Just a 1 in the chat box if you see the slightest hint of the possibility that this is about control. I mean, how am I in my own environment all alone? Why do I have to wear a mask? I mean, does it make any sense to anyone? Because I'd really like to understand. So today, I know the article came out last week, I believe, but today is when it kind of came to my attention, or it's maybe sometimes it's just when I have it slated on the calendar here, right? In Madison County, right? The head of the Department of Natural Resources is telling employees to wear face masks on teleconferences, even when they're not around others and at no risk of spreading the virus. All right, that's a direct quote. I just read it from the article in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. And I will drop the link. I'll drop it right here. I know some of you on Periscope and stuff can't get it, but I'm going to drop the link right here for you guys. So, you have reference materials, because I think reference materials are important for people. Barbara Lynn Color in the house. Welcome. Kim says she saw a couple wearing masks on a Zoom call. Guys, think about this. If you can't see my lips, you can't eat. What if you're hard of hearing? And I'm being completely serious. You depend on seeing people's lips move to determine what word they're using. I mean, can I have a 2 if you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes when people are talking, we start looking very closely at their mouth to identify what words they're saying. I mean, put a 2 in the chat box if you know what I'm talking about. Kim says yes. In says yes, because this is lunacy. Lunacy with a capital L. It's ridiculous. You cannot save yourself from the air you are breathing, right? You can't. You're already here. You're not even talking about filtration. The mask is not stopping your own breath from getting to you. I mean, like this is what I feel like. What the heck are we thinking? So as we go on, and I'm going to read your comments here in just a second, as we go on through this article, then you find out why. It isn't because they're trying to protect you anymore. I mean, they literally say that. They want you to wear the masks because they want people to see that you're compliant. I mean, this is, I'm going to quote what it says, but that's what it means, right? That's what it means. Okay. This is a direct quote from, let's see, that means every DNR employee must wear a mask while in a DNR facility, noted Cole, an appointee of a Democratic governor. And yes, we do have to see that the Democratic states are way more, they're doing a lot more of this control piece. I mean, it's just true. Like that's statistical. I mean, my country, I think Newsom wants it to be a country, California to be its own country so he can be the king. But, it's here. So here it is. This is a quote. Also, wear your mask, even if you are at home, to participate in a virtual meeting that involves being seen, such as on Zoom or another video conferencing platform, by non-DNR staff. Cole told his employees, quote again, set the safety example which shows you as a DNR public service employee care about the safety and health of others. Okay. So you don't actually want me to wear it to protect myself. You want me to breathe in my own carbon dioxide so I can show everybody that I am complying with your requests and that you cannot see my mouth. We're all just now a set of freaking eyeballs. Okay. I know I'm very heated about this because it's insane. Like if you would have said to me, someone was going to tell you to wear a mask outside while you're walking, I would have thought you were crazy. And then, of course, they did it here. Garcetti decided that, you can't go outside, right? Virtual, yes, to virtue signal, right? Exactly, Kim. That's exactly right. Okay, I'll read your comments. But if you would have told me that, 6 months ago or 8 months ago, I would have said you're crazy because no one would listen. And if you would have told me that someone was going to tell you needed to wear a mask in your house, and this is not the first person that said you need to wear a mask in your house. He's actually said if you're in your own home, you don't have to, unless you're on a virtual meeting with people because you want them to see that you're an idiot. I mean, that's really what it's saying. And I'm sorry, because usually I try and round the edges and cut the cord. You're an idiot if you're wearing a mask in your own home and you're alone. Period. End of discussion. There is no point, people. You are already in your home. You are not protecting yourself from the air you're breathing. It's already there. Think about this. I mean, seriously, we are not talking boy in the plastic bubble. We are not talking that you have this filtration system. I mean, it's lunacy. It is not going to help you. So and he's admitted it's strictly to show other people that you are in compliance and that you guys are all of one mind, like a hive, right? This is ridiculous. So basically you're turning everyone on a Zoom call into eyeballs. That's it. That's all, because that's all you get to see is their eyeballs. So if somebody's irritated now, you're going to really notice the eye rolls because you can't see anything else to distract you. All right, I'm going back in here. Let's see. I got some ones there. You guys are identifying that you're with the FDA says face masks are medical devices. It is illegal for governments to mandate medical devices, says Matthew Vick. Melanie and Kim are there talking to each other. I posted the article. Melanie says it's crazy. Wear a mask on Zoom is virtue signaling. It absolutely is. Deep state and deep end in. I cannot agree with you more. This is just nuts. I mean, it's almost like saying, how far can we push people? How far can we push the vulnerable, the malleable? Because people think that I'm a big rebel, and I'm going to tell you something. I am an absolute rule follower when they make sense. This is the truth. So when people ask if I'm a rebel, I'm not a rebel. Like my husband, I'll say, no, but this is what they said. Like when the mask thing first came out, I told my kids, you put the mask on because that's what we were asked to do. And so, again, compliance when you're trying to protect or when you're trying to assess the situation, I think is important to just identify. There's certain things of compliance that are going to be, again, that one is against, they're not allowed to do that, from what I understand from our Constitution, but they're doing it anyway. But there's a certain thing when you believe you're protecting other people or your own family that you'll allow to happen. But you always need to be asking questions. You always need to be looking at it from a logical perspective and saying, does this make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? And if it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to people you respect, have them explain it to you. Because, hey, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know if you don't understand physics and somebody's giving you an example of why, something that weighs 500 pounds and something that weighs a pound hit the ground at the same time or whatever. It's like, that doesn't, it couldn't be, but it is. And you just don't understand it, right? Ask questions and learn and start to understand. But when things make no sense, like I said, you're not getting away from your own air. Like for me to wear a mask right now, I would hope you guys would worry about me and say, what is wrong with you? No one else is here. Like, it's my home. It's not like I'm in a strange environment. I'm in my own home. It's insane, guys. It's insane. And like I said, it is absolutely trying to see how far you can push people, how malleable people will be. And I think we've probably all seen it in bullying. Okay. So put a 3 in the chat box if you've ever seen someone get bullied or you've been bullied. And by the way, please hit the share button, because we've got to get people to understand, to ask questions. They don't have to agree with me or you or whatever. And maybe there's some comments here. I'm going to go check them out that where you disagree with me. I'm totally okay with that. Let's have a conversation. Let's ask some questions. Let's be respectful. But come on, we have got to ask good questions. But in bullying, what do? They start to manipulate, and the bullies watch and see if other people are on board or not on board before they continue. You know what I'm talking about? Put a 4 in the chat box if you know what I'm talking about. They test the water and see how far they can push and see if anyone will step up and stand out. And that is exactly what's happening here, just for a little different reason. All right, I'm going to your questions right now. Let's see. Deep State, yes, I will wear a virtual mask. Melanie, I don't know what you mean. I think you're joking, Melanie. I think you really are, because I know you. But are you saying you're going to wear you're going to wear a pretend mask? Yeah, I'm wearing a mask right now then, right? Kim says she agrees. Coach Dale says, you need to put your mask on. I am watching you. You might give me COVID-19. Right? Now, maybe COVID, did you guys see the thing today that says now they say COVID gets stuck in your ears? Now, I saw a meme where somebody put something over it, but we did hear Fauci say that we maybe need to start wearing goggles, right? People, that's a fitch slap. Wake up. Goggles, earmuffs. This is insane. And how many people are getting sick? I'm not saying that the virus is not real, but it's not like if you open your door, someone dies, right? It's not like typhoid where the minute you come anywhere near them, people die. They're dropping like flies around you, that they start foaming at the mouth. That is not happening. So this is insane. And when we go to the store, as long as we're 6 feet apart, we're fine. So don't tell me that I'm 6 feet apart from myself. I cannot get 6 feet apart from myself, and therefore wearing a mask is actually insane. It isn't even just silly or ridiculous. It's nuts. It means that we've lost it. We've lost perspective. We've lost the ability to come to logical conclusions on our own. And we've got to start asking questions. We cannot let this happen. Okay. Let's see. N says you are already too far gone if you wear a mask in your house or your car, right? There are so many people wearing it in their car. Now, I understand why people wear it in their car, but not if they're worried that they're making their own self sick. If they are wearing it in their car because they're afraid a police officer is going to arrest them or give them a ticket, or that someone is going to stop at a stoplight and start punching them out. Now, I do understand the concept of wearing it when other people might attack you. Because let's face it, there's been some crazy stuff going on where people are, somebody was telling us in the last chat on Monday that they were walking along a trail and this woman didn't have her mask on and somebody started beating her. Okay, again, nutty McNuts. We are encouraging people to turn against each other instead of to just step away. Let that person pass. Do something else, have them pull their shirt up over their face for a minute, or pull your own shirt up over your face and double mask yourself. People, it's not a breath that is killing people. So we've got to ask some good questions and hit the share button. There's so many people that need to hear this. Okay. So many people. Um, let's see. Totally with you on this. My friend here in Orange County was encouraged by her employer, major healthcare system here in California, to wear her mask anytime she's outside to show others their employees care. It doesn't matter if no one is nearby. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. The good Lord made fresh air for a reason, right? In California, we have some of the most stringent standards in the world on air quality control, right? That's why our gas tax is so freaking high. So if our air is so dang clean, then we should be able to just breathe it in. That's all I got to say. We just need to breathe it in. This is, I mean, and isn't that what we always tell people? If you're stressed, breathe in, get oxygen. I don't want to breathe in my own freaking carbon dioxide, right? Because let's face it, that is dispelled for a reason. The body gets rid of it for a reason. It doesn't want it hanging around. We don't have a little, little thing to, what happens when we do that? What happens when we breathe in our own carbon dioxide? You guys know, right? We pass out, right? We all know that's what happens. Sometimes when people are hyperventilating, we have them do that to try and slow the pace of what's happening. But people, really, I love you and I'm not mad at you and I'm not making fun of you if you're doing any of these things. I'm asking you to just stop for a minute and say, why am I doing it? What do I really believe that I am going to die or someone I love is going to die? And let's just start with the most extreme. If I don't wear a mask in my house while I'm on Zoom, do I really believe, and then we can go to the next question. Do I really believe my not wearing a mask in my house on Zoom is going to then tell someone else that they shouldn't wear a mask ever and that they should beat people up who are, right? We don't have control of what other people do in their own bodies, but we have to start saying, heck no, this is insane. We are not going, I mean, like I said, there's so many things we could at least debate on outside, but here, put it on. That's compliance, people. And when people are trying to force you into compliance, that is a problem. And they will not stop there. This is exactly what happened with Hitler. It's called the nudge. If you guys have read my book, Evict the Bully in Your Head, it's called the nudge, right? We're moving straight on course and we get nudged just a little. Oh, just wear a mask. Just shelter in place for a little bit, just this, and we just get nudged off course, and then now all of a sudden we're way out there in left field, going, holy crap! How in the world did we get here? Because we didn't make someone put our course correction back on when they started to nudge, and we said, okay, we're all right now. I'm not doing this. I am not wearing a mask in my home. I am not going to. I mean, this is nuts. It's nuts, people. Okay, let's see. Kim said, let's see. Whoops, sorry. Let's go back over here. I'm a rule follower too, and it makes sense, but with a lot of inconsistency. Right. And I really am. I am a rule follower. People think I'm always a rebel, but I believe in a strong set of standards and a strong set of rules. Here it's speeding. I don't speed. I mean, once in a while, I was on my way to the lake and there's nobody on the road. I think I was going 83. I was all alone on a 4-lane highway, and I was going 83. I call myself the soccer mom. I'm pretty much just, I just put along at the speed limit and stuff. I'm not in a hurry. I got to get places. I'm just a rule follower. But when you start making rules that don't make sense, not only am I a rebel, but I will tell other people. And you know that because I want everybody to think for themselves. Ask yourself, don't take my word for it. Just ask yourself those questions. Does it make sense? How is this serving me? How is it serving other people? Is it really serving other people for me to not feel well? Because let's face it, people, if you're wearing a mask all day, you're not going to feel as well as you are if you're breathing in fresh air. I mean, that's common sense. We know how the body is designed. Even you don't have to be a doctor to recognize that. It's very smart to research things to understand. Right. And exactly. Let's see. You guys understand about bullying or talking about that. Bullies, they will, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. They push just a little and then they test the water. And then if everybody laughs, they push a little farther. If everybody's encouraging, they push a little farther. And then people are chanting. And then all of a sudden you got these kids beating each other up. But the bully starts with a step. They start testing the water, and that's what's happening. The water's been tested. They're push. Somebody better push back. I guarantee you, if someone, and my kids know this, I worry because when my kids were little, if something had ever happened, I would absolutely step in, and I would be concerned about my own kids. But I know that I would step in. I would not be able to watch it happen. I wouldn't be able to do it. if I see somebody getting bullied, I've always stood up for them. And if you went to high school with me, you know, I was the protector of the weak. I was the protector of people that were being picked on because I didn't care if you wanted to pick on me. At least I mean, I was tall. I was really tall. I'm 6 foot now, and I was, 5'10". I was 5'6" in 5th grade. So I was taller than most people. And so they had less, desire or less, yeah, desire to mess with me. And I got to tell you, I had a mean right hook as well. So, you didn't want to screw with me. So, but I didn't want to use it. I love people. I love connecting with people. But I think it is an atrocity when people start taking advantage of those who are either afraid to think for themselves, have been conditioned not to think for themselves, or are so desperate to be cared for and to be, to fit in, that they will do anything that they have to. It makes me so sad. And we should all step up, stand out, and speak. And that's what this show's all about. Okay, I've never worn a mask. No one has ever reacted poorly yet, but I'm in conservative part of Arizona. There you go. And you know what? There's things. Yes, Mary, the fitch slap. And the fitch slap, just to remind you, if you guys are new to my audience, the fitch slap is a public service, right? It only comes out when necessary. It's always done in love, and it's used to redirect the course of someone who's gone astray. So if you, for instance, say women should be barefoot and pregnant, you get a fitch slap and we'll redirect you. Now, if you say I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't stand up for those people, Vicky, I'll give you a fitch slap because we want to redirect your course and say you are enough just the way you are. And we redirect, right? When the nudge, right? We redirect your course and put you back on track. So it's not to hurt people. It's not to be mean or derogatory. It's to get you back on track. Yes, the clear invisible mask I'm selling for $9.99 plus shipping and handling. I love it, Melanie. And she's mean the fake mask, like the one I'm wearing right now. It's like the Emperor's New Clothes. Guys, I'm wearing, can you not see it? What is wrong? You can't see my mask? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? They make face masks with ear covering. Did they already make those, or was that a meme? Please tell me that was a meme. Because I got to tell you, if you're wearing face masks now and you have ear coverings, people, I mean, have we heard of anyone dying from COVID of the ear? I mean, I get that COVID gets in your lungs. I don't know, but the human body, the ear, I don't know. How does it get? It drains into something, but it doesn't go. It bypasses the lungs, so that wouldn't quite make sense to me. Let's see. People need to object from 6 feet away, or they are in trouble. You know what, Melanie? They do, but that's why I'm objecting for all over the world and saying, I'm not telling you not to wear a mask. You can wear a mask if you want to wear a mask. I don't recommend you do it outdoors. If you're going to get a ticket, you got to decide whether or not you're willing to fight that good fight. I personally am. But I also want to remind you that I believe that you hold others in higher esteem than you hold yourself, because the Bible tells us that. So if I'm in a room, my kids are now, they're being controlled. Like oh, well, what are they going to say? I don't care. If you are uncomfortable with me not wearing a mask, like someone else, my kids say, well, I'm uncomfortable. No, you're uncomfortable because you don't want to be judged. You don't want me to be judged, and you don't want to be judged by association. Okay, that's different. That has nothing to do with safety. If someone is worried about their safety, I will put the mask on because I want them to feel comfortable. That's just, who I am. Now, if somebody tells me I have to put it on, my rebellious spirit might just come out. I just got to say. But if it's about their fear, I will absolutely honor that. I always wear it around my wrist. I'm not trying to say I am not doing it no matter what. I'm saying I don't believe this is a measure that was designed to save us. I don't believe it's a measure that's designed to help us. I believe it's one that's controlling us at this point. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Kimberly, welcome to the broadcast. Coach Dale is, I don't know what those are, smiling, laughing. I don't know what you're laughing at me for, but I'm sure I did something funny. It's not leprosy. Exactly, Kim. And even leprosy cannot be transmitted virtually. Wearing a mask on a Zoom is insane. People, is insane. Seriously. Take your mask. If you're wearing one right now, take it off. Take it off. Breathe in deep. Now, I will tell you, when we were looking at houses in Las Vegas, there was this one house. We did have to wear masks to go into the homes. I was actually thankful because the stench in this home, I think they had rented out to a bunch of college kids. They had 4 dogs. I almost hurled. True story. So that's the first time I had ever been grateful for a mask on my face. I saw a guy get beat up for wearing a mask. See? So it's, again, the virtue signaling goes both ways. If we don't agree with you, we beat you up. Because let's face it, wearing a mask is not going to make anyone else sick, or not any sicker than it would make if you didn't have it on. So here it is. That's people deciding that what they believe is more important than what you believe. Now that's different. I'm not trying to get you to believe what I believe. I am getting you to try and believe logic. It does not serve you well to wear a mask in your home. And we were goofing around on an article that I had posted. It's like, and next they're going to be asking you to wear it when you go to bed, right? And then when you die of asphyxiation, they're going to call it a COVID death because, that's where it came from. The insanity that was derived from COVID. But really, this is like an episode of the Twilight Zone because this is, like I said, people have just gone way too far. Let's see. We were born to breathe O2. There you go. Yes, O2. I almost said H2O. We are not born to breathe water, Vicky. Barbara Color says, right now the smoke from nearby fires is making it very hard to breathe anyway, and with a mask on. Right now, a mask might protect, some of the inhaling of smoke. I don't know. So, but I know when I'm out and it's supposed to be 105 today. When I'm outside in the heat and I have a mask on, I feel claustrophobic. And I'm not a claustrophobic person. I don't like it, makes me feel really uncomfortable. So it's not me being like, I can be a rebel and just say, no, I don't want to wear it. But I'm being honest about how it makes me feel, which is one of the reasons that it's easier to be a rebel because it makes me feel icky. I was in a doctor's office with Elijah in one of his hospital visits, and we had to sit in this room and it was hot, and I was in the mask. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I had to like do this mental thing and try and get myself back in a place and like, okay, you're not going to be here that long. You're not going to be here that long. Cause I wanted to rip the mask off. This is a true story. And again, I'm not someone who's easily, that's the way I feel. And so if I'm feeling that way and I'm a pretty strong, I don't have any other issues that I'm aware of, then people that do have some issues, whether it's PTSD or breathing issues, this is a big deal. And are we actually trying to find out from people if there's a reason they're not wearing masks? No, we are prejudging the minute we see them. Oh, look at you. Like, I'll admit, when I see people drive by with a mask on, I think, what are you thinking? Now, is there a possible reason they need to wear it? It's possible. I don't know any, but it's possible, right? I don't want to judge. Having to wear a mask at work makes me extra tired. I can tell you that, right? You're not getting as much oxygen. Oxygen is what gets our blood flowing and makes gives us clear-headedness, right? And I think that's probably it. They're trying to get rid of the clear-headedness so they can manipulate us even more because, again, it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense. Soon we will see the side effects of people wearing masks. They will get sick easier. Absolutely. We're gonna pummel our immune system if we keep doing this. The air will travel through the internet and kill someone. I know. I might get a lawsuit today. Vicky, we're not wearing a mask. I was watching your broadcast here from Australia and I started feeling sick. It must have been you, right? Because I am powerful. And that's probably what happened. Let's see. In London, they are waking up hundreds gathered to protest wearing masks. In London, they're waking up hundreds gathered to protest. I don't know what you mean, like literal waking up or waking them up to recognize that what's going on. Help me understand that one, Kim. Take out the bully, the others will stop. Exactly. I think this is back, I know I have some more comments here, but in reference to what I was saying about when someone starts bullying, they dip their toe in the water. They don't start with a boom. They dip their toe in the water and see what the crowd is going to do. And that's what they're doing. We recommend turns into you must. And now it's mandatory. And now there's a fine, or now you can be arrested, or now this, or now that. This is nuts. You got to step up, stand out, and speak. Let's see. Bullying makes me angry. Me too, Kim. People can stay 6 feet away from me if they're not comfortable. Right. And if there is a place, a time that they cannot, that I will put it on if they're, you know what I do? When people are wearing masks and I'm talking, I'll stay 6 feet away. But then at the end, when I'm done, I'll say, can I hug you? True story. And people usually say yes. One woman, she's like, yeah, her husband's a doctor. And she goes, how about an elbow bump? So you know what? I'll honor that. She doesn't think she needs it either, but she's honoring her husband. I'm okay with that. But we gotta be real, people. A mask on a Zoom call alone at home. How ridiculous, right, Mohammed? That's what we're talking about. The nuts. And this is the government that's identifying that they must do it, and Madison and the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. I dropped it in the thing here. It's just, well, beyond, and here's another part of it. From a medical perspective, masks need to be worn at home only in limited situations. Okay, such as to protect people if someone at the home is living with COVID ID. I completely agree. Like if you're in a home and one of your someone's sick and you've got them quarantined, you probably want to wear a mask while you're going in and out there just to help prevent any extra, I would. Beyond that, there is no reason to routinely wear a mask in your home if that risk isn't there. Exactly. See, and that's what, so Zoom got no risk. We have no risk. And if you're trying to protect yourself from yourself, good luck with that. Let's see. Yes, my friend almost passed out from wearing a mask. She said no more. Right, Kim? I hear it. London is waking up that mask wearing is about control. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so guys, this is you have a choice. You gotta step up, stand out, and speak. Only where you feel comfortable and confident. But first, start by asking questions. Ask questions. Does it make sense? How can wearing a mask on a Zoom call when I'm home alone serve anyone? We can start with yourself because you should care about yourself, and then start with others. How does it help? Do 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 do. Can anybody put a reason in the chat? I don't think so because it's insane. Gavin just announced wear a condom for phone sex too. That, you know what, Frank, I wouldn't be surprised. I absolutely would not be surprised. And he says it like he's so serious. Like, if you guys don't know that I am not a fan of Gavin Newsom, you can watch my feed. I think he's a liar. I actually think he's a thief. I mean, I think he is a manipulator, and nothing he's doing is serving our state. He has a personal agenda, whether it's the greater agenda from deep state or Aunt Nancy, whatever it is. He has an agenda, and it's very clear. It's just he says it. He's got that charismatic, kind of like the Bible says the Antichrist will be charismatic. He kind of has that charisma going and this disarming kind of look that people are buying it, but it's a load of crap. That man has his own agenda going. Kim says, I'm going to the grocery store today and no mask. I keep Abbott's executive order on my phone. There you go. And like I said, do the best you can to not be, like I said, there's a difference between rebellious and rude. We don't have to be rude. We can say, you know what, we can choose not to shop there. We can put a mask on if we have to be close to people and they're uncomfortable, but we need to do everything we do within our confidence in ourselves, not cockiness. Now, if you guys have read Vic the Bully in your head, you know that the difference between confidence and cockiness, they're twin brothers, but cockiness has to tout what he's doing and throw it in your face, right? Confidence just takes care of business, right? And if you don't want to shop at that grocery store, then don't. I think somebody started a website about nomasksneeded.com or something, and they're listing out the stores that do not require you to wear masks. I might have the name of the thing wrong, but something like that, where people are just they're starting to group together and say, hey, I mean, I'm thinking about starting a store that you don't have to wear masks to come in, because I think I'd make a fortune. Maybe they have proven that the Zoom application or tool is not only transmitting the sound and image, it's also spreading the virus. You know what, Mohammed? If they got that going on, I think we all got some lawsuits ready. But I haven't caught it yet. So what I'm gonna do is, if you guys want to watch me broadcast, you can wear the mask in case the airwaves bring my my non-COVID vibes to you. Then because remember, they were putting Cuomo. Do you guys know? Put a 5 in the chat box if you know Governor Cuomo from New York. His brother Andrew. And can I just say, I think he's a schmuck. I think they're both schmucks, but that's just, I just think they're both schmucks. But he had COVID, supposedly. I don't know if you guys see this, because like I said, I kind of dive deep into things because they're just so crazy. You think it can't possibly be happening. Hey, 07, welcome to the broadcast. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to say hello to all my Perry peeps. Guys, drop your name in the chat. Hit the share button. If you haven't shared yet, please share, because I'm at least comical. If nothing else, you can get a little comedy going on here, because we can all use a good laugh. But I think they're both buffoons, right? So Cuomo, is interviewing his brother. And so here's Andrew, who says he's in his basement, right? And that he's saying, hey, Lefty, welcome. That they are, you know, practicing this thing where he's staying there and he's got COVID. Well, there's a man, and I have that video. I wish I could had it handy to drop it in. Hey, Larry, welcome to the broadcast. That he went out to buy real estate while he's telling everybody, stay home, like him and his martyrous thing. And did we not see he was always trying to work out or do something? Like, dude, your insecurity is showing when you have to show people your muscle. Like, please. I'm just saying, please. Like I said, I think he's a schmuck. But he started to beat up a guy that saw him on the street. He was on a bicycle. I think he's about 55, 56 years old, maybe closer to 60. I can't remember what he said. But Cuomo went after him. Andrew Cuomo went after him because he goes, hey, aren't you Andrew Cuomo? You have COVID. What are you doing? You know, why are you out here? And he went after him. And so, like, we have these yes, Melanie Melanie says make your next Zoom mask optional. But he went after him because he wasn't following. He's pretending. Did he even have COVID? I have no idea. But he's pretending that he's barricading himself in while he's out looking at property. So when people are really trying to protect you, their actions line up consistently for you and for them. When people are trying to manipulate, they tell you what people are saying to do when they do what they think is right, what they know is right, or what they want to do. If this was like, leprosy or typhoid, something where people literally could die if they were in proximity, well, die or get exposed, get leprosy is more exposed than death. But from exposure to you, none of those people would have left. They sure as heck wouldn't have been out with the riots and walking with the droves of people that were not 6 feet apart. 90% of them were not wearing masks. They would not have walked to show, that they were supporting this. I mean, if they really believed that, they wouldn't do it. So when their actions don't line up with what they have to say, we have to question it. Okay, so manipulation is rampant right now, right, Kim? It sure is. Yes, Larry, they are schmucks. In my personal opinion, I have a problem with people who think they're all that in a bag of chips. I don't know. I mean, Cuomo allowed so much. Okay, bringing COVID positive patients back into a senior home. I don't know if the lawsuits have started coming, but I guarantee you I would have sued. I mean, we know it's dangerous. Look at what you're doing. And you brought COVID positive patients back in. Governor Newsom's flying people. He flew COVID positive people in from Mexico. People that are illegal aliens or illegal. Well, they're not even immigrants. I don't even know what status they were at. They were trying to break into the country. I don't know if they were just buddies of his. I have no idea, but he flew them in and we're taking care of all their medical costs. And he's saying that he can't pay for the unemployment that Trump put together, but yet he's doing a $748 million renovation in his office. It doesn't make sense. He flies in COVID patients so he can get what? COVID positive numbers. He's a schmuck too, right? That's not leadership. Everybody else's wineries have to shut down, but yours happen to be in the right county and they get to stay open. What? That's just, even if that was true, that's such crappy leadership that he's a schmuck. So today's the schmuck show where we're talking about schmucks. Anyway, people, ask good questions. Let your rebel come out to at least ask questions. Your rebel doesn't have to come out and to do stuff like I do, or just come on and do a show or say no, or say, oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. It really makes me feel uncomfortable to wear the mask. So could we just maybe stay apart? Like, and I'll ask questions, because logic, sometimes people don't know how to deal with the logic. I mean, truthfully, they don't know how to deal with it. And once they feel comfortable with you, they're not afraid of the virus anymore. The fear, and again, I'm sure if I said I have COVID, stay away, people would stay away. But in general, people are not afraid of the virus. They're afraid of they're afraid of the virus because they've been taught to be afraid of the virus. But when they're talking to people and they feel close, like I said, they'll hug you. They'll hug you. They'll connect with you. They'll have dinner with you. We have to wake up. We have to wake up and say, hey, why? How is that serving us? How is that serving other people? Does this make sense? Are our leaders following the same guidelines? I mean, we got a lot going on. So, anybody have any questions before we end the broadcast today? Like I said, I know many of you are thinking, I do not want to share this broadcast out because my liberal or leftist friends will go nutty and say, why would you share that crazy woman with you? Hey, you can just say, hey, you know what? She is crazy. Yep, you can she is crazy. I was just wondering what you thought. But you know what? Someone is going to hear and go, yeah, why is that? And just ask a good question. Like I said, I don't care if you agree with me or disagree. I don't think we're going to have to fight. I don't know you, but if we get close to each other, we don't have to fight. We can just stay 6 feet away, 6 feet, 1 inch. No virus can transfer more than 6 feet, 1 inch. I heard a lady say she left her mask on in the car because she couldn't find her disinfectant. But see, isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Because we are so fearful now. And like I said, I will admit it. If you ask my kids, I had disinfectant wipes. If we had to buy groceries, I literally, with plastic gloves on, would wipe down every piece before I would let them put it away. It's a true story. Mail every day, bring it in, put it on a towel, wipe it down, wipe each piece down, and then put the towel in the laundry every single day because I was watching. I was watching to see what was happening. I have a compromised immune system, so I was worried that I would be one of those people on the ventilator, right? And so as we kept watching and as I kept seeing and the discrepancies kept coming, and if it's so deadly, how come you're out with those protesters? And how come the protesters aren't dying in droves? I mean, what's going on? And then I just started saying, okay, well, they're not, if they don't believe, if they believed it was true, we know they'd hunker down in a bunker. I mean, let's come on. Most politicians are very self-preserving, and I don't blame them. That's, that it is what it is. But if they're out there doing this, they're not going to risk their lives to do it. They will risk anything else to do it, for the photo op or whatever. But anyway, COVID isn't an issue if you're sitting, but stand up, look out, go figure. Rock and Just Shane, cleanliness is the key, not a mask. Right. And I always have been a hand washer, right? Always have. Why can Fauci sit in the stands with others and have his mask off? I know, right? I saw that. It's like he's not worried he's going to die. He's doing it for a photo op. Joe Biden, you guys, when he was doing if you guys saw that when he was introducing or doing the call for Kamala Harris, he was in his own office alone with a mask on. Although, let's face it, there's some camera people there, so I'll cut him a little slack there because there's camera people and maybe he actually is worried about it. I say it's more trying to show people just they're tested all the time too, just like Trump is. It's they know that they don't have it. It's just they're just showing kind of like what they want to do here. Hey, Ivan, welcome. That they are going to put the mask on when you're on a Zoom call to show other people your support. Well, I have no mask on. I'm not sure. Even if I did support it, I still wouldn't have a mask on a Zoom call. I think that's ridiculous. It's insane. You cannot protect yourself from yourself. If you are trying, you need medication because it's not going to happen. And there's something going on up here. And maybe it's because you've been inhaling too much carbon dioxide. That would be my best guess. All right. So any other questions, guys? We have lost common sense in a world, right? Larry, we have lost common sense. Common sense needs to come back. So maybe that'll be my new hashtag for next week. Common sense come back. We need a revival of common sense. That's what we need. Guys, I love you and appreciate you. If you have not, every weekday I started doing this show at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. I hope you can join us. On Thursdays, we do the Do You Neo show. Do you need extra opportunities where you learn how to make money from things that you have around your house to catch some of the old episodes. We just did how do you turn your trash into treasure, and Zach gave you a code where you can earn $12 extra on all your electronic devices if you catch that episode. Thank you so much, Kim. Thanks, In. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're not following me, do a Girl Assad and follow. Plus, go to my website, go to VickiFitch.com. Sign up to be on our newsletter list so you know exactly what's happening here. VickiFitch.com. Sign up for our newsletter. If COVID is really out there, oh well, but I don't believe it's death. Yes, it can kill. Right. I totally agree with you, Shane. I mean, that's absolutely the truth. And we all have different immune systems. Yep. And if you know yours has issues, then stay home as best you can. If you know you have issues, and you have to go out, maybe you can have someone with you that doesn't mind saying, hey, you know what? She's on chemotherapy and you're really susceptible to germs, right? Think about that. If somebody was a guest, like they had somebody with them and kind of had their hand out even saying, hey guys, you know, she's on chemotherapy and she has a compromised immune system. We're trying to stay as far away from people as we can. Then you probably wouldn't go, screw you, I don't care, die, right? You'd probably go, oh, okay, she's not trying to make a statement. She's not trying to fight. She's trying to protect her life. And then it's funny how people are much more settled about that. They don't mind if they agree or if they can understand your position. But if they don't understand it, they will virtue signal, they will chastise, bully, impede. I mean, it's sad. We all have to remember to use empathy as the headspace hero and filter everything through empathy and say, oh, I wonder if they're having a bad time. I wonder if they are going through chemo. I wonder if, and we need to just remember that. I wonder if this could help them. When I say I wonder if me wearing a mask on a live stream will help you, my answer is no. It will not help you. As a matter of fact, it will probably harm you, because if it does encourage you to wear a mask in your own home, then I am the fool that is passing on foolish information to you. Okay, so you followed. You're cool. Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it. You guys, I look forward to seeing you. I will not be on this weekend. Today's Zach's birthday. We're going to be at the beach tomorrow. I might be on tomorrow just to do a couple things, maybe on Scope or Facebook on my personal page, because we're going to be at the beach for Zach's birthday. Sunday, we're going back up to the lake to look for new property. If you guys don't know, we're probably moving onto the lake. I'm super excited about that. Although it will be hard to leave this house I've been in for 20 years. Anyway, you guys are awesome. So please be here. Hit the share button. Even if you're watching the replay, fill in some comments. Let's connect. Go to VickiFitch.com. Let's get you on our email list. We got some recipes that are there. We got fun. We got contests and prizes. We got tips on social media. I actually don't even talk about any of this stuff in there. I give you stuff on money, mindset, and motivation. So anyway, join us. And if you want to be in the Entrepreneur Rockstars group, I do a 5 to 10 minute inspirational message in there every day. If you go to VickiFitch.com, go to the freebies page and you can hit the Rockstar button and join us. I'd love to have you in there and love to see how I can help you build a business and a brand, or how I can help you step up, stand out, and speak. Remember, hashtag stop being silent. It's time for our voices to be heard. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Ciao.